So, the gifts of thine own hand do not compare to that of God. Let's talk about that. In Tolkien's shit, I always thought it was interesting that Sauron, Lord of the Earth, was the crafter of weapons and forger of steel things. He's a blacksmith. Tolkien doesn't like a blacksmith because, in Tolkien's mind, a blacksmith left to his own devices will inherently build increasingly bigger tools, and those tools will eventually start to affect the very foundations of the earth. And I wonder if Tolkien ever knew one like me. Like, I forge tools that could chop down entire forests. And usually I go out and, like, I cut a couple of branches off a couple of trees just to try out my shit. And I go back inside. I like to live in a woodland. Like, this is the thing, like, I don't know. It's a good way to be. I acknowledge that nature is fucking awesome, I guess. All of it. That's half of why, like, my yard's full of fucking, like, rabbits and fucking possums and shit. Half of that's my neighbors are kind of the same way, and we have, like, this corner end of a block where we just let it go wild. And we have cats and shit around that kind of keep out bad shit. That's half of the thing, is that there's several predatory cats around that keep shit like rats away. And they, have a hard time catching all the rabbits. There's just too many of them. And foxes and possums and raccoons, well, cats usually don't eat them. I think a possum, a hungry pack of cats might try to take down a possum. But I don't know. I like nature. I think you should definitely have a love and appreciation of nature over technology and over shit that you make. Honestly, I think some of the best things I've made are like depictions of nature. To be honest, I like painting. I think it's an interesting contrast, though, between the blacksmith that forges shit to just keep destroying the world versus a blacksmith that forges enough tools to chop down the entire forest, only cuts down one tree. If that. This is my thing. It's not like I wouldn't cut down trees. I don't have a reason to. If I have a reason to, I'll cut one down. And I think this is how, like, Tolkien would want you to be. Like, the idea of clearing away fucking rainforest in South America to make fucking horrible farmland. It's gonna take generations to make it good farmland. That's crazy to me. There's various other shit, really, where, like, we've done things in America, really, on a scale that is kind of fucking nuts. We started geoengineering the planet to better suit us in America. Like, look at the Hoover Dam and shit. Look at all of the dams we built. Look at all the canals we dug. It's crazy. We cut a continent in half. So that's like the bad side of it, right? And like, part of my thing is I know how to do some of that shit. And if the world ended, I'd probably build my own hydroelectric plant. I'd go stake out some section of a fucking creek, probably. I'd pick a creek, from a spring-fed creek, and I'd make a very small hydroelectric plant that would power my own shop. This is like the nature of being a wizard or whatever. Like, I really don't need most of this. It's just nice. Yeah. Currently, it's so fucking cold tonight that we do need some of this. This is where, like, I talk about, hey, I want to build an initial, like, 10 by 20, 10 by 10, something like that cabin, just a place to heat up and sleep in at least. It would be for nights like this. Jesus. This is cold enough where, like, you would need to own a wood stove that was built into your fucking camper, or you would need to have a cabin with a wood stove in it. Like, those are your options, other than, like, having a diesel heater of some sort, or, like, you know, there's other options, but, like, wood is the easiest and cheapest one. And, I like wood as a renewable resource. It's one thing to, like, chop down the entire forest to fucking, make furniture and fucking houses. It's another thing to, like, cut down a few trees now and then to get firewood. Like, this is the distinction that I try to make, I guess, is, you have to try not to be Sauron. Man's inherent nature is to go be Sauron and, like, destroy the earth. Conquer all peoples to your will. It's not the right way to be. But, like, there's a part of every person that's like that, I think. I think most people don't like to admit that to themselves, and they don't like to think about it. And they're so fucking, like, I don't know what the politically correct word for brainwashed is, but they're so brainwashed by the society that if you challenge any of their fucking shit that they believe, they start defending it like fucking Agent Smith in The Matrix. They don't want to see themselves as Sauron or working for him. I don't even know who Sauron is here, really. It seems like he's hid himself rather well, right? There's some person that is orchestrating all of this bad shit that's going on. It's going to be like, the person that benefits. And the question is, who the fuck is that motherfucker? I like to blame the King of England because that's, seems right. Not to mention he's a divorcee on the throne, so, like, he might very well be the Antichrist. So, I don't really care about such things, but other religious people do, and I like to bring it up. I should probably mention that more. Like, there's some things I talk about on here that I'm just, like, throwing out random shit that crazy people believe. I also believe a lot of crazy shit. So I don't ever, like, be like, oh, you said this, fuck you. Like, you might ask me. It could be, I was lost in thought while high and ended up going down paths. That happens sometimes, too. But to be honest, most of that just winds up at ranting at the universe about Joe Biden, probably, which is all, fair game. I really can't believe that there's a fucking, like, traitor as the president of the United States. I was gonna say on the throne of the United States. That's how it seems, doesn't it? Like, in my slip of the tongue, there is truth. Anyway, hope somebody got something out of this. This is my daily dose of Jesus with Ray. That's what I'm going to call this. Episode 2. See you guys later.